ladies and gentlemen. You might remember a Tatiana Jefferson and her untimely murder in October of 2019. Well, the cop that killed her was Aaron Dean, former Fort Worth police officer. And you remember he showed up on the scene. It was supposed to be a welfare call because her neighbor across the street was concerned. I believe the door was open. So he called the police to go over there for a welfare check. And this cop shows up, first of all, parked way down the street, came to the house, went around back unannounced, never announced himself, and just shot through her window and killed her. It was just rotten to the core. And I know many of you remember this. So Aaron Dean's attorney was asking for another delay. So there's already been one delay, there's another. So the trial date is in June. It's just a few weeks away. So attorneys for Aaron Dean, the former Fort Worth police officer charged in shooting a Tatiana Jefferson, murdered her, are asking for another delay in the trial, which was recently rescheduled to June. Dean's attorney, Robert K. Gill and D. Miles Brissett, filed a motion to resolve scheduling conflicts between Dean's case and older statutory priority cases, according to the court records. The lawyers cited several cases on their schedule for late May into June, including one that is a bench trial scheduled for June 23rd. The same day, the newly scheduled Dean trial is set to begin. Dean is charged with the murder of Tatiana Jefferson. He fatally shot her while responding to a welfare check at her home October 2019. Gill cannot be ready for the trial of all cases, the attorney wrote in a motion. Each case will require substantial preparation. In addition to required preparation time and trial date, all cases will require substantial time to cover pretrial issues. In those cases, some of the defendants have been in custody going back several years. Dean has been out of jail on bond as he awaits for trial. His attorney argued that the other cases on the schedule should be uh, priority. So the judge, Hagerman, granted a continuance in the case, rescheduling Dean's trial due to concerns over lead defense attorney Jim Lane's health and late submission evidence to the prosecution by December. The trial was pushed to May, and no further continuance will be granted. So the case is, of course, delayed again. So it's still on the schedule right now for June 23rd. I am definitely going to keep up with this one because it made such big news when it happened back in 2019. And I hope, the family get the justice that they deserve. I mean, this cop is just so rotten. All right, so there is no state law that requires judges to prioritize case scheduling a certain way. So the state code of criminal procedure does have a speedy trial law for cases that are significantly delayed. The state law outlines trial priorities, giving preference to criminal cases over civil cases, cases in which the criminal, that they do that in preference, especially if The victim of the crime is under 14 in cases in which the defendant has been restored to competency. So, on the night that Jefferson was killed, a neighbor called the police to request a welfare check after he saw the door open at her house in Fort Worth. And I remember a lot of people came down on that neighbor for calling the police. If you were really that concerned, you could have walked over there and knocked on that door, or just yelled through the door, "Are you okay?" There were a number of things this neighbor could have done outside of calling the police. I mean, what a pity. Just that decision alone ended her life. So Jefferson was playing video games with her 8-year-old nephew when Dean walked into her backyard. She grabbed her gun and had gotten up to look out the window when she was shot, police record shows. Jefferson died at the scene. So she died right there in the house. So an arrest warrant was stated 3 times that Dean did not announce he was a police officer when he walked around the house. Dean declined to give a statement to the Fort Worth investigators, and he was allowed um, to resign. And I don't think he should have been allowed to do that. He should have been fired. But, this is America. Fort Worth Police Department officials have said. So mark your calendars, y'all. This trial is for the 23rd of June. So we're not that far away. And, I just pray that in this crazy, rigged up system, that something real will happen and her family will be satisfied with the verdict. But, it is so unpredictable in America because they let so many cops go free. And so, and sometimes I look at these trials and I think they do it for show. I really do. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.